Ramadan special, mate. Hello everyone, welcome to the show. Gonna be doing samosas today. Obviously, I think it's all over the world, isn't it? Where like the start is samosa when it comes to like breaking your fast and that. It's either that, shorba, or like soup. You know, of course the tamar and the water to start with, and then you go into the cholesterol stuff. But yeah, we're gonna be making different types of samosas today. So just for Ramadan. We're making the samosa sheets from scratch as well. Look forward to the mac and cheese samosa. We've got cheeseburger samosa. You'll see it in a bit. It's a surprise for the end. So now we're going to kick off with making the samosa dough. I've got 250 gram of flour here. Just going to add a bit of salt to that. So you just want like a quarter of a spoon. Sorry, a teaspoon. Just a teaspoon or a quarter of a big spoon. I'm gonna add a little bit more in there because I like salt. And then we go with about a cup to a cup and a half. Depends on how your dough is playing on the processor, or if you're doing it by hand, you'll be able to tell as well. So you're looking for that stretchy dough sort of thing. So we're gonna start this off. Gradually add the water in. It's got to be warm water as well, by the way. Gradually add it in and just let this machine do its magic. There's a typical recipe that I grew up in the Middle East, obviously, Saudi Arabia. Let me just move this to the side. And it's a typical way of making the lamb samosa. Obviously, is the #1 samosa in Saudi. So here's how to make it. All you need is minced lamb. So we're gonna go in with that. I think that's making a lot of noise there. Just leave it in there for a bit longer. I'm gonna have it on low here while we're doing the lamb mix. So the lamb mix, all you're gonna need is obviously minced lamb, bit of fat in it. Got parsley, spring onion, and garlic, minced garlic. I'm gonna add a bit of a twist in there. We've got infused butter, which is a special butter, and then I've got my own kind of like chili paste. Let's call it that. Chili paste for sure. So go on with the lamb. So let that cook off for a bit before I add in anything else. Then the main seasoning in this is obviously is cumin as well. Cumin, bit of salt and pepper. So just gonna carry on pressing this so it doesn't get lumpy. Then you can see the dough there. It's coming along. Might need to add a bit more water there. Hence why I said a cup to a cup and a half of water in the beginning. So there we go. This is looking good. And then with the lamb, so it doesn't go really dry, I think I'm gonna go for like that, just undercooked. Turn the heat down and then add the ingredients in. Reason being is because obviously when we put it in the, when we fold it in the samosas, we're still gonna cook it again. So we don't want that dry samosa, we want a juicy samosa. Oh no, that's the way I like it anyway. So there we go, this is looking good. We're gonna go with the chili paste as well, which is better. Call it awaze. So you know you're promised a heartburn if you're gonna bake it fast with this. I swear, it will taste nice. What do you guys call it? Let me know in the comments. What do you call it?
We call it samous.
Samous. See, we call it samosa or sambusa. And then you think you've got the Turks that call it sambusak.
Sambusak?
With a K at the end, or sambusok, sambusek, something like that. Let me know in the comments of what you call it in Ramadan. And what fillings do you like as well? So I don't see people getting creative with samosa, man. You can fill it up with anything you want. Hence why we've got the mac and cheese one coming up as well. So that's looking good. Gonna turn that off, take it out in a bit. And we're gonna get it to rest. So this is on low heat, it's looking good. I'm gonna add in chopped parsley. I'm also gonna add in spring onions. And then I'm gonna go with just a touch of garlic there. And then we've also got the cumin. I'll turn that down a bit more as well, it's got crazy. And then I'll go with the cumin. There we go. So about half a spoon, I'd say there. The how much lamb did I have in there? That was 200 gram. 200 gram of minced lamb from our local butchers. Forgot to add in the salt there, so just a little bit of salt. And then that's looking good already. So that was nice, easy and quick. So there you go. Got a bit of juice in there as well. And then what does this mean? I'm obviously not gonna, you can't roll the samosa while it's hot. It's not gonna work. So we're gonna just let this cool down. And then with the butter that I've got to put in there, it's gonna stiffen up a bit. And it would allow me to kind of like shape it up into a ball and put it in the samosa sheets. So that's done. Looking nice and juicy. Smells gorgeous as well. Smells just like Ramadan. Get my hands there, yeah. So our dough is ready now. What we're gonna do now is take that out. So it should just come off just like that. So there we go. Should just come off just like that. So it's nice, it's plasticky. I'm gonna place that there. Brush a bit of oil on that so it doesn't dry out. Just cling film it and leave it to the side for about, say, 15-20 minutes. The longer the better. Put a bit of cling film on that and leave it to the side. One of the mixes, or one of the fillings that I'm going to be doing today is, I've got beef here that I've cooked earlier. So I'll put a bit of garlic in there. Cooked it off with a bit of that butter and then salt and pepper really. Just want to keep it as simple as possible. And then in here I've got chopped tomatoes, chopped Gherkins and chopped American cheese. I'm going to add red onions to that, just diced. I think this much should be enough. So the reason I didn't mix it in is because I was waiting for the minced beef to cool down so that it doesn't mess up the cheese when I mix it in. And there you go. This is our mix today for the cheeseburger samosa. With the cheeseburger samosa, I'm gonna make just a bit of a burger sauce. Ketchup, mustard, done. There you go. And that's gonna give it a nice kick. Obviously imitate that cheeseburger. So that's done. These two are ready. I think it's been about what, 10 minutes now? Alright, this is mac and cheese. Cooked macaroni, got cheese sauce in there, a homemade cheese sauce. Hopefully I'll be doing an episode about that. How to make the best cheese sauce. And then I've got a bit of chopped red onion or diced and parsley. That's it. Bit of salt and pepper for taste, or to taste. And Bob's your uncle. This is really, I should keep this in the fridge just to kind of stiffen it up so that when we roll it into the samosas, it'll be nice and stiff. Easy to work with. What we're going to do now is separate these into balls. So we're looking at about, or we're looking for like a 60 gram per ball. Just going to work that a bit more. So there we go. Fold that in a bit and leave that. So just keep on going. Make sure they're evenly sized and place them on the tray, and we'll rest it again. So once we rested these balls, get a bit of flour on the table again. Just want that to be non-stick, and just roll it out. So what we're going to do now is just create layers with these balls. So don't stretch it out too much, but then try to get them all kind of like the same circumference. You say that? Yeah? Does that make sense? Cool. Put that aside. Oil on the inside. I'm just gonna need quite a bit of a generous amount there. Get some flour on that. This is a really important process as well. So when you put it on the pan, it's not going to stick to each other. And then these flours are actually going to create the bubbles and the crispiness on the sambusa later when we separate them and fry them, obviously. So again, repeat the process. Let's down a bit. Well, the machines are going crazy here, bro. Might be a bit louder because I'm getting my grill ready for the next step of doing this. Just keep flipping it around. There you go. Gonna stick that on there, and then you know when you're rolling it, when they're layered out and you're rolling it, you can actually stretch them a bit so that you can get the edges right. So again, with the oil. Again with the flour. Just gonna spread that out a bit. And there we go. Just keep repeating the process. You want to get about 4 layers on. Just 4 layers, I think, is enough per pan cook sort of thing. So you can layer them up. You can layer up to 15 if you like. And that's the last layer. I'm gonna let that rest for a bit, so just cover it. That's it. Bob's your uncle. So this is rested a bit. Just gonna get some flour on, and this is the 4 layers that I did earlier. Spread it out. Get it as long as you like and as wide as you like. You might have some that stick out. Just stretch and make them all even. So go easy with it. We don't want it too flat as well, because otherwise it won't come apart. So this is looking good right now. And I'll go this side a bit as well. To be honest, I don't know if you can see, but this is my first time making samosa sheets. Let me know in the comments. Am I doing well? And I'll pick that up slowly and take it over to the so a non-stick pan. Oh, I'm using the grill, I'm cheating, but not too hot. Make sure it's oiled a bit as well. I didn't do that part yet. Yeah, just wipe down the pan with a bit of oil and then stick this on. There we go. So you don't want to get too much color on there. I've already cooked one side for a minute, flipped it over. Now we're doing the other side. It's kind of like gently pressing down. So you can see here it's changed color, but not too much. You don't want to cook it. You just want to dry it out, if that makes sense, to get all the moisture out from the flour. And then our next step is going to be to separate them straight away. It's a lot easier to separate when it's hot and steaming, rather than let it cool down. It's just stuck together, that's it, because of all the flour and the oil, so on and so forth. So that's looking good. Take that off. So as soon as that comes off the fire, start separating. See, all this steam helps it separate. Otherwise, when it gets cold, it's just, that's it, it's stuck. You can't do nothing with it. And there it is, man. It's looking good. You can see your hands through it, and that's perfect. Try not to rip it here. There it is. Just leave that separate. So the one under kind of tricked me a bit. Came off format, but there it is. Samosa sheets. I'm gonna start cutting them up in a bit, filling, frying. Then I'm gonna cut just about here. I know it's a lot, bit of waste, but I guess you can stretch them out a bit more. Do it better than I did. I know this is meant to be a tutorial, but there's always a better way, you know? You know? But it is looking good though. I'm gonna come just about here. It's gonna be a long ass samosa. And there you go. Just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we have our samosa sheet ready for Ramadan. Perfect samosas. I reckon I got about, what, 8 pieces here. Now we're going to start filling them up. Let's get down. So now we're going to go in with the fillings. Get the first one in. I'm going to go with the mac and cheese first. I did put a bit of grated mozzarella in here as well, so that it can be stretchy, nice and stretchy when it comes out. On the side, it's just a bit of flour with water, and this is going to act like the glue when it comes to putting the samosa together. And just whenever you go, make sure you fold in and then flip again. Push it in, fold in, and then flip, and then we go again. Got a bit of macaroni here that escaped. Fold in and flip. When you get to this part, that's the glue. And this is what's gonna hold it together. You got a lovely bit of samosa here. Just gonna go again. One for me, one for the cameraman. I always like a generous amount of fillings in my samosa, otherwise I'm not interested. So yeah, again, fold in, push, make sure you press this part in as well, and we go. So again, just gonna push it in, press, and we go. Same again, and this part, and then we go with the glue. If you have an extra bit of skin here, you can just fold it in like this. Bob's your uncle. Make sure all areas are sealed in, so that we won't get anything flowing out. That's 2 mac and cheese samosas ready. dust me butter, all that butter at the bottom. Get a good amount in there. This is the one you feel, you know when you burp during Taraweeh? If you're gonna be standing next to me, this is what you're smelling, bro. So again, fold in, go with it. I'm holding the corner here as well so that you can fold and you don't get a lot of oil flowing in sort of thing. And then we go again. So this corner, press, fold, and voila. So this extra bit here, just put a bit of glue, tuck in. Simple as. And we'll do the same from the other side. Bob's the uncle. Got a lovely bit, nice big samosa. So that's the lamb. Now we'll go with the, I think the one I'm looking forward to the most. Make sure we've got enough cheese in there. So this is the cheeseburger dumpling. As mentioned earlier, there's a bit of chopped tomato, gherkins, chopped red onions in there as well. Has anyone else got this flu that just want fuck off? It's annoying. So again, fold, hold the corner and flip. Fold, hold the corner and flip. And voila. Go with the glue. Tuck in. And press down gently. And do the same again on this side. I don't know if I mentioned earlier, it's just a bit of plain flour and water. That's it, mix it. Just make sure you get this consistency here. So not too light, not too heavy. And that's done. So now we're gonna start frying up. Got myself a bit of oil, it can be vegetable oil, rapeseed, whatever's good for your cholesterol. I've gone for 180 degrees. So I don't wanna overcook it, I wanna slow cook it. You know what I mean? So that the heat can get into the bits as well. So we've got the mac and cheese. Say about 5 minutes, flip over. It's bubbling away. Get our plates ready. Bit of tissue underneath just to soak up all the excess oil. So I flipped it over, bubbling away. You see all these bubbles that is created as well. There'll be, what do you call it in Arabic? Fuga'? Fuga'at. That's what we're looking for, fuga'at. Alright? Nice, bubbly, crispy on the outside. And then hopefully the cheese is just gonna pull as soon as we split it. So all these things on the side is just excess flour from the sheet, so nothing to worry about there. Should we do a crunch test? Nice. Ooh, look at that. Look at the juice. This is the mac and cheese. No, sorry, the cheeseburger one. I've mixed them up. So cheeseburger one, nice and juicy. The American cheese is melted in there as well. You got all that juice from the fat in the beef. Ya Allah. Dip that into a bit of burger sauce. So it's just a mixture of mustard and ketchup. Simples. Wow. Oh, Allah, it's a cheeseburger. Next, we've got the lamb samosa. Generous amount of fillings in there. And then this one, gonna have with a bit of runner sauce, chili sauce. So, if you're opening your fast to this, then boy, Taraweeh is gonna be hard for you, boy. So yeah. This one has sick. Because I put in the butter, the infused butter with wow, that had a kick. With the chili paste that I've got, getting a lot of Habashi flavour in this Eritrean or Ethiopian. This is good. It's really nice. Tell me, shall I start selling samosas?
Let me know what colour.
Look at that. Nice bit of pull in there. Mac and cheese samosa. Have you ever had a mac and cheese samosa? Is there a mac and cheese samosa? Has anyone ever had this mac and cheese samosa? Or am I just creative like that? Try that, big boy. Oh, mouth is watering already. There's our cheeseburger and the lamb samosa. See the bubbles there, nice, crispy. It's a good sound to it. Can't wait to tuck into that. Alright, cool. Thanks for watching, guys. I've been your boy, Chef Hasty. And I hope you've learned something from this, man. Make sure you subscribe, follow, like, comment. Let me know what you like in your samosas. What fillings do you use? Give me ideas as well if you want to see more fillings. Inshallah, I can drop another episode for that during Ramadan. But I hope you liked the episode and do make sure you subscribe.